Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Momo vs. Bazaar. And today is going to be another Momo vs. Bazaar. Momo's Bizarre Adventures. Let's call it that. If you're JoJo fans, you would, get the reference. But guess what happened? We did it again. We forgot to unmute the mic. I don't know how the mic got muted in the first place. So today, you're in luck. We're going to have live post-game analysis as we go through. And we're going to be talking about the new patch that just dropped. But first off, I think it's Fashion Show. I'm going to thank Trotty here. 369. I can remember what I did. 369, because there's an Arctic's Bird Torque. He recommended this hat here. There's two Momos for a little bit. I swear, it's going to be one Momo in a little bit. Just bear with me. It's going to be a lot. But a little Fashion Show. I did get these new Arctic's Bird hats. He recommended that. He's like, man, you probably look pretty good in them. And I got to tell you, they are super, super nice. The big cam on so you guys can see. But yeah, they're definitely, I'm not sponsored or anything. This guy just recommended these kind of out of nowhere, but I'm glad he did because I got a couple of them. And, so far they've been the most comfy, like, beanies, hats I've ever worn. And that's to say something because I have a really big head. And not to say it's mostly because it's inflated, not because, I'm super smart up here. But yeah, Fashion Show begins now. But while that goes on, while Momo gets up and looks for his hats, I want to talk about this patch a little bit. They added a lot of crazy stuff. I'll try to be explaining the encounters when I see them. But mostly, the gist of it is there's a lot less XP going around because all these random events got better. So there's the white one. The white cap. Very cool. The creamy one I like. And I think that one is blue. It's just hard to tell. Some haven't even taken out yet. Nice green there. And last but not least, the Charlie Brown mustard yellow, I think. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to wearing those. So thank you, Trod 369, 36 something. I might pull his name up again, but for the recommendation, sir. My hat's on to you. But anyways, I think this run gets started. And couple encounters got changed a decent bit. And also there's starting packages now is the new way you can start your run. So you get an option of 2 items, I think, for other classes. And then you get either 2 silver tier items or a small gold tier item. I think on Dually you're probably going to want the silver tier items because his small gold tier items honestly aren't nothing to write home about. But I could be very wrong. I could be, whatever you want to go with though, just definitely do that. But because I feel like you can get silver tier like large items and stuff, and that'd be kind of crazy. But yeah, this first encounter, you either get 25 HP or I think some random loot. It's a new tiny furry creature encounter. I'm gonna pull this up real quick while Momo probably is explaining stuff. The jungle encounter got redesigned. You either get 3 regen, random bronze loot, or Vanessa still has her plunder option for a small silver tier item. Lost Crate is now pretty crazy. If you open it, you get a silver upgrade hammer, upgrade your leftmost bronze tier item, so free upgrades there, or get a bronze tier skill. And in Strange Mushroom, get 3 gold, get a neutral item, which is probably one of the worst ones out of the encounters. Also, tiny furry creature isn't crazy unless you're really looking for loot. But my music still works. But yeah, my mic is muted in game. There are 2 Momos going on, coming at you live. Well, this one's live post game, while the other ones are recording. I'm watching again. But anyways, yeah, this run was a super banger though, because I could tell you this, right? Because I played it. I just played it, and I was super stoked about it because I tell you, if you told me how this ran started, I wouldn't believe how we got there in the end. But meanwhile, I would try again be pointing out the new changes they did. Namely, one I think I want to talk about, which I think I bring up a little bit, but I feel like pigs are going to be crazy this meta. Once people figure out how to play pig, it's going to be kind of nuts again. But because they added this new enchantment type, which I wanted to talk about real quick, right? Subscraper. is an item, right? So you heal equal to 4 to 6 times the value of items. Usually just heals for like 3,000, 4,000 easily, but you don't care about the healing, right? It was already crazy with Fiery, right? 10% of 4,000 is like, I'm going to do my math wrong. It's like 400, right? 400 burned from one item. Like, that was crazy enough. Then they just added this enchantment, Obsidian. Deal damage equal to this item's heal. So now you're doing 5,000 damage with a 4-second cooldown item if you have the right setup. So you're not going to see Obsidian enchantment every game, obviously, of course. I think there's vendors now that sell Obsidian items. I did not find any. Spoilers for that. But if I do, I'll try to pog out a little bit because there's definitely some really broken items with that. That being said, back to the run. That's most of the stuff I want to cover in the patch. There's definitely more stuff, but nerfs, buffs, tweaks, yada huda. Anyways, so we get a Lang Exian, and I think it was kind of neat because, since you get upgrade hammers, you get the B1, B2 encounter that upgrade your bronze tier items. I was like, man, you could really like upgrade this decently well early on. As you see this fight here, people got a lot stronger, right? If the game's going to be handing out silver tier and gold tier items, the power level starts to increase a decent amount earlier on. Which really is not the best thing for the meme spear, just in general, because the meme spear needs time to scale up and do more damage. So the earlier on you start getting victories, the more snowball the effect, and it's the same vice versa. If you don't win your fights, you're doing less damage, and you're scaling less, snowballing not well. Yeah, B1, B2, so you upgrade all your bronze tier items for 8 gold, or 1 bronze item for free. So we upgraded our core there, which is kind of nice. I will say, having access to upgrading your core without it having to be the dually skill is really nice, or the level up reward upgrade, because that was like the only way you could really do it reliably. Besides that. And I'm starting to get a decent amount of crit. Now this spear is starting to do, 48% crit? Super nice. I think I end up going the mosquito because I still don't feel super, super strong. And I do want to guarantee the victory. Yeah, I don't think I talk about the music, but it's definitely from Advance Wars. Sensei CO power theme, if you're curious. Quite a banger of a track. But I'm overall super happy with this run so far. I'm like, yo, we're gonna be cooking people up with this spear. It's gonna be scaling, damage, nice. Oh, you get to experiment with other things. And we even get the skill Rush. Really good. Haste a weapon. Oh, is Momo gonna talk about it again? The Obsidian? Yeah. Yeah, we've heard it before, sir. Beep. Beep. Yes. Very cool. Yeah, that was old. That was the old Momo talking about the changes. Kirio's still the same though. You're still gonna get a whole bunch of items. Bunch of Junkola, which is nice. Feather's nice, 2% cooldown on the thing. And actually, watch this. Oh, I just... We did it. We did it. We changed caps. Just like that. Doesn't fit the outfit, but I don't care. So now you can tell new Momo from old Momo. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? New one has the white cap. The white thinking cap on. Yeah. Definitely a little low on money. So, and trade it in for something. I imagine this counter a little bit different because you get a neutral item. I guess most of the time it's going to be some type of loot item, because I feel like they're like one of the more common, neutral items. I was hoping you got more like neutral items themselves, like a Sunder, for example, or Proboscis, like something that's not just a loot item there, right? So yeah, a bit disappointed with that encounter, but you're going to do that sometimes, but most of the time I feel like you're just going to get loot. It's not the funny way to say get a loot item. Who's this guy? See, I could see Momo's reaction, even if I'm covering his face for you guys. Yo, hydration check? Alright. You gotta go with the guy said, hydration check. I apologize, this is trippy for you. This is very entertaining for me. I don't know what to say. But this Vanessa here has a ton of shielding and decent amount of poison, so definitely not beating that. And this is where the meme spear kind of like is not at its best, right? We're not winning any PvP fights, so it's not scaling up. And this is one thing I've heard people complain about is the B1, B2 stuff. Is that'll show up on like day 9, day 10, and it's only upgrades your bronze and silver tier, oh no, just bronze items, right? And seeing that on day 9 or 10 is like not ideal. So that's something I hope they change down the line. They either remove him from showing up later on, right? That's the obvious thing. Or just increase his item rarity he can upgrade, right? As the days go on. That's definitely an easy fix they can do. I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that. People complain enough. Because people are really good at complaining. Anyways. The only reason why I'm feeling confident to take the Aetherite fight here is because I have Sunder, the weapon, which is going to remove her shielding. And then Bazaar Momo down below is talking some dirty things. He's saying, "Oh yeah, we got to use a Sunder to strip her clothes. I mean armor. I mean strip her. I mean remove the armor." Yeah. Anyways, bad Momo, bad, naughty man. But nonetheless, take the victory. I think only because we had Sunder, right? She did such little shielding towards the end. One thing about this patch, they did add a lot of items that were temporarily taken out, which is nice to see. I'll try to, look at that. And oh boy, we get Walter Cooler. And I have this crazy thought in my head. I was like, what if we take Walter Cooler and Bulldozer? Wouldn't that be sick? I think it'd be sick. No, Momo thinks not. So maybe in a different world, we get to take those. But Walter Cooler is still the best boy who gives your water ice cold or lukewarm. Just ask the gentleman and he'll give you some water. Anyways. So we're still hoping. Ooh, I got something going on this Friday. Excellent. But we're still hoping to scale up the spear, right? Like all we need is like a victory too. And funny enough, this fight, I'm almost very confused here. Look at that. Talking to myself in third person is a wild experience. But this Momo is confused as to why this guy has 2 weapons, right? A sniper rifle and a lightning bottle. That guy would have beaten us if he just ran the sniper rifle. Because of how much less damage it does if it's not your only weapon, right? It does 3 times more damage. And yeah, we can't even upgrade a bronze tier item. So, I mean, we can. There's 1, but skills are going to be very good. But that being said, I think something I harp on a decent amount throughout the match, if I remember, is taking the opportunities to give you XP is going to be super important. And there's another B1, B2 encounter, right? I feel like they come up so often now. But yeah, taking the opportunities to get XP because you no longer, like, all these random encounters don't offer XP as a choice anymore. Literally the only thing left that gives XP is the one encounter that like is either I think the caravan encounter, I forget what it's called. You can either escort it, take a fight, risk it, etc., get income. That's your only really opportunity. And the other one that can give you 2 XP, and like that's it. So, taking fights, as many PvE fights you can is very good. And taking the harder fights, if you can, is highly advised. That being said, we're not super strong right now, so we're hoping to just win here. This is where I harp on Orbital Polisher being one of the worst items in the game. Power Sanders on a 4-second cooldown is already, as a silver tier item, is eons better than Orbital Polisher with a 7 base second cooldown that gives less scaling to damage and shielding as gold tier. So that's, put that in perspective, ladies and gentlemen. One of these days are going to change that. But if we get a haste potion, which, yeah, they nerfed a decent bit. At silver tier, it used to give like 4 seconds of hasting. Now it only gives 2. And each upgrade on it only goes up like 1 second or something. So, definitely a huge nerf to the energy potion. But, probably still okay and playable. Unfortunately, Dooley does not take advantage of that. Yeah, it has a hard time reloading items and potions and stuff. Not his shtick. And the silver tier upgrade hammer, I forgot, only upgrades bronze tier items. So it's a bit of a, you gotta read the thing, right? I figured silver tier hammer upgrades silver tier items. No, it does not. Always a tier below. Right, so a diamond one can upgrade a gold one and below, etc. So, something to keep in mind. We get +2 damage on our mini Uzi because of that. Yeah, but it's kind of crazy though. Day 4, we have a fully silver tier board, which is like super rare. Then like old patches, you would not have this. So in general, people's power levels are just going up, I think. Because people are taking less XP and getting more upgrades. Like this Vanessa, fully silver tier large and medium item board. Which you wouldn't find. And yeah. Decent amount of damage from that funny fellow there. So we take another L. And so this spear's not scaling up, but I see an opportunity here. Take note. I could re-roll, or I could take Flashy Pilot speculatively, that's how you say that, and getting a vehicle. And Race Carl is one of those vehicles, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so every time, and we're doing the crit core stuff, so we want to be triggering our core as much as possible. And if all our items gain crit, the core is going to be going off like crazy. And if you get enough haste synergies, Race Carl can go off like crazy. Already our haste potion is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 haste triggers. So it's going to charge up Race Carl, I think, at least twice for free in really fast succession. And that's going to give us 20% crit on all our items. So already, definitely, I think, more powerful than the spear. So I'd take the spear out. And over to you, Momo. What do you think? Momo? Anything? Hello, Momo? Anything? He's got nothing to say. Lost for words. But check this out. You know what else is also a vehicle? I'll let you think for a little bit. Okay, time's up. It's Bulldozer. That's right. It is a friend vehicle. So remember we passed up Sir Walter Cooler and Bulldozer before? Well, times have changed. Slotting that bad boy in. Unfortunately, I don't think it's strong enough right now. Because it is a large item slot. And we only have one friend in, right? Giving 10% cooldown on Race Carl does not seem worth it at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we took an extra fight here, which is awesome. Especially being a harder one, we get more XP. Because for me, being level 5 still on day 5 is so abnormal. I'd normally be like level 6.5, closer to 7. I'd probably be level 7 by day 5. So this is definitely a new experience for me. Because usually I'm just taking XP. But now we gotta shift our game plan a little bit. And look at that. We get a silver tier friend, we upgrade our bulldozer. So now it's a gold tier item. So it scales pretty well. The one problem is we don't have a friend core. To give less cooldown to our companion core. But we might be better off here because we have Race Carl and Bulldozer now going to be building our crit chance to fire off our core more often. So that is something really good for us. And I have a full inventory of junk. Junkola. Taking on Wave Cadet. What do we got? Yeah, talking about how this guy has all the haste that we want. Holster, Astrolabe. He's got his pufferfish build. Like, we would love to steal his haste, but we do not have that. Even Jellyfish. No, wait, not Jellyfish. Jellyfish isn't good. Bomb Squad's good. Jellyfish only haste if you use aquatic items. That's right? Adjacent aquatic items. Well, Bomb Squad is adjacent friends. So, Kev's Armory. I think we take the Kev's Armor here. It's very strange. For some reason, it like doubled its shop's inventory. I think this was a bug. Because... yeah, this, like, I shouldn't see a full inventory here. It was very strange. We take up, fiber optics. They re-added that item into the game, which wasn't there before. It was taken out because of maybe some bug or something, but it's nice to have it back. Charging is very good if you have a fast item. So we buy it for now. And the shield is, like, nice little added bonus on top if you get that kind of big. Little survivability, right? And plus we have scrap. Nice scrap in our inventory there. So it's actually going to provide pretty relevant. Thinking about taking shield and mech moles, it'd be decent scaling if we have a lot of haste triggers. But I think I ultimately opt not to. And yeah, we're a little broke. So we go mid-square to look at items. Yeah. It is a little bug there. I do give it a refresh. Oh man, I could do like live editing. This is great. I skipped through our menuing there. So that's great for us. Thinking about getting forklift, it'd be a big purchase, 24 gold. It is a vehicle, right? It is a vehicle. They don't give crit. But forklift is so bad. Don't do it, Mo. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Please. Please. Please don't do it. I beg you. No, we just sell the spear instead for an extra 2 gold and then say, forget this shop. Taking another hard fight. So yeah, take note of like how much we're scaling here because we only have Race Carl. And Energy Potion just got worse because we remove 4 item slots essentially get hasted because, well, I guess 3, but Fiber Optics can't get hasted. Bulldozer is a large item, so it only hastes 1 instead of 3 items. So Race Carl does not go off nearly as much. Unfortunately, that is the one very big downside to running Bulldozer. But yeah, we can upgrade something, get a skill. I think I upgrade the Energy Potion. I'm like, oh, maybe it's gonna like give 4 haste. No, it only gives 1 haste increase with the upgrade. But Bazaar Con, you gotta go to. This is the encounter I was talking about before. You get 2 XP here, which is, again, super rare to find. Mountain Pass, hopefully take a fight. Failed to do so. But yeah, those are the only XP encounters. There's one more, but that's just like get 1 extra XP, but I haven't seen that one yet. So Yep, trying to figure out our board state. What's going to be the best ticket here? GPU for more hasting is my thought. So, more hastings, more damage, more crit, etc. Taking on like a Dylan. Like a Dylan, like a villain. I'm out here straight chilling. But I ain't a rapper. Yeah, again, our build's still a little slow. Like, we're getting the haste triggers. Like, trying to scale up Bulldozer, but it's not exactly working. It's only doing now just enough damage to match Race Carl as a medium item. And this pig has far too much healing and shielding and such, right? That's another victory. We're down to 2 prestige now, which is dangerous territory. Yeah, we're still not on our final life, thankfully, but yeah, not looking so hot. We pick up charging station. Charging station with crit car is awesome. Awesome sauce. Finally allows us to get some scaling damage. And if our stuff is critting on the left side of it, it's gonna charge. Our item's gonna charge up the core a lot. Meanwhile, Race Carl is gonna be able to charge up the Bulldozer. So nice win-win there. And we upgrade Race Carl. And take a note, it is day 7, and our entire board is almost gold tier, besides our core. Right? Isn't that crazy? So I feel like the games are going to get sped up a decent amount. And haste skills is where we want to be at. We're running Race Carl, you want to haste. And we pick up heavy machinery, which is super nice. Because now we get, every time we use our core, we haste. Which is, again, just going to speed everything up so much faster. Besides the haste itself, the haste charging Race Carl speeds up our board exponentially. And take a look at our damage numbers on the core now. Right, okay. Plus 20, plus 20, plus 20. Slowly becoming our strongest item, no? Especially if it crits, it's going to be very strong. So this is a cool eye-opener to see how... the crit core is pretty good. No, if you get it going fast... And boy howdy, desperately trying to get... If you get Cosmic Wind with Race Carl and you're critting with the Flashy Pilot, it's insane. Your entire board has 100% crit. And you get all the haste triggers, speeding up Race Carl itself a ton. Fortunately, we miss it here. We get the other things... But we go to Pearl's dig site, you can find any item in the bazaar. And listen, the best boy, ice cold lukewarm water, turbo water cooler. I love it. It's a haste trigger on a stick. 10-second cooldown's not great, but we have a Bulldozer, so my speculative thinking is like, yeah, maybe we can use this down the line. So we're gonna hold on to him. We could have got a silver tier friend there. I didn't even see that option. Just wanted the loot. Maybe we should get the silver tier friend. But we're just looking for cooldown and stuff. Yeah, debating whether to run Walter Cooler or the energy potion. I still don't know yet. I think executive decision here. Yeah, see how this shop isn't like the other one? I think the other one was just bugged. It showed in like a full spread of items. This is only showing 3. So that's interesting. Going against Vanessa. Yeah, I don't know what's better to run here. The GPU, the optics, or the Walter Cooler. Or the energy potion. But I think I keep it like so. Energy potion's a bit more bursty, while the other ones are a longevity. Right? And again, another pufferfish build. I feel like people are like, I swear to God, it's like, new patch, gotta, oh boy, new patch, all these new items, new abilities and skills. Well, Time to spam pufferfish. I don't know, folks. So we destroy her. Death to the pufferfish users. That's right. Sean Connery. Yeah, so we luckily beat Vanessa here, so we still preserving our final life. Get the Tinker. Tinker. We get first aided. Nice pickup here. Repeatable haste on a low cooldown. I think I'm very happy with that, right? We have Race Carl charge up the first aid as well. Water cooler upgrade. Love it, dude. We're so back. Go to the Aerodome. And I was having a tough time deciding here whether to pick up the cooldown or the gunpowder. Because we could throw the gunpowder on energy potion. That seems pretty good, no? And we get 2 haste triggers of everything. But ultimately, what sways me is 9% cooldown. It's hard to pass up. Right, like, if you can get Race Carl under 6 seconds, which is at 6.4 right now, that's 1 less haste trigger you need for it to go off, which is speeding up everything exponentially. Yeah, it's up 5.8. Perfect. Increments of 2 cooldown per acquiring on Race Carl is crazy good. Another shot of Cosmic Rock. Really hoping for when you create haste, because that makes his build go from like really, really strong to insanely busted. And we miss it. Then that's okay. B1, B2, seeing the bronze tier upgrade store on day 8. Not ideal. Get some friends here. Mamasaur Gaming. Don't think we're doing that. So we can put the poison effect on something, but I think what I end up going with is I'm looking up level ups, enchants, seeing if charging station's worth it. Decide not to. But I think ultimately I go random enchant on Race Carl. And we get icy. Now, icy, dicey, spicy. It's about to go down. Yeah, Icy's crazy, and we roll Bulldozer. This is insane. Day 8. Now everything Diamond Tier Bulldozer down to 5.1 second cooldown on our Race Carl. I think our first Aiden is like 2.5 or 2.4 second cooldown, if I remember. Absolutely bonkers. So watch how fast our board just got while freezing his items. We can't freeze the Radiant Cutlass, unfortunately. So that's the thing. We can freeze the Wheatstone. So yeah, we almost lose because of Radiant. But even without Icy, I think we win this fight. So it was really good to see. Yeah, but Icy Race Carl has got to be one of the best enchants. It's probably the best enchant. And like right below that is maybe Turbo, so it hastes itself. We get a free upgrade. We can get another Diamond Tier item. Day 9, we have so many Diamond Tier items. Gold Tier items. Like, now this is scaling up our core insanely well. And now we just need some survivability. So we're willing to splurge on chocolate bars. Also, Sir Walter Cooler can provide us HP scaling if we do throw him in. Which we do for this fight. We remember. Good Momo. Race Carl can charge up Walter Cooler. And then I was looking at Shadow Cloak there. We got Shadow Cloak. Really good item. Race Carl, obviously. Scales damage, makes it go off faster, etc., etc. And then I'm looking at the skill setups. Like freezy skills could always be good, but we are running the core, so we get heavy machinery. So it gives more haste triggers. Cool. Keeps the party going. But for the fights, I definitely want to run first aid. Oh, I guess it's 2.8. Yeah, 2.8 seconds. I'm sorry. It's just more haste, more damage. Don't want to be greedily scaling up. Not now. Temporary boost we'll take because we do want to win this fight. 25 damage is a significant amount right now. Yeah, let's see how we do. Going against Ecillins. Ecillins, what do we got? Captain's Wheel, our Weatherglass type shenanigans here with a ton of haste. He is shored up, which is crazy. But we're really strong. I don't know if you guys noticed, but over the past 2 days, we became really strong. I don't know why I said that like that, but what did I decide? Another temporary boost? Yeah, we just want to grind out the victories. Pearl Dig Site can find something great. Cannonball's funny with energy potion. Could give it more haste triggers, but it's not worth it. What we do get is, wait for it, Shipment. Shipment's fun. I really like Shipment. You can get like any items, so he's a fun endeavor. And we get another first aid in, so already a high roll. And Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo's just a good item in general for a lot of different reasons, but in this case, Yo-Yo's really good. Right? I think it's good enough to take out the core. So we lose a haste trigger, right? But because of not using the core, we're charging stations no longer giving the core damage. We throw all this junk in. So now we're back to hasting a ton of items. And Walter Cooler himself gives haste. And the 2 first aid-ins haste. So we have a lot more haste triggers out of nowhere. Which is a pleasant surprise, but a welcome one. And unfortunately, our bulldozer gets destroyed there. And we don't have enough damage. Would have been a nice fight to win, but no. I kind of overestimated our power a little bit there, not gonna lie. Yeah. I feel like if Bulldozer didn't get destroyed off the bat, we probably would have won, but still, it was a gamble. Plus 10 damage on a race Carl is really good. It's a stretch. Oh, and I think we get more scrap. That's good. And a shot at more skills. And this is where I really make the final decision here. Those are terrible. Don't even look at them. The regen, yeah. The regen build. Ah. Sell the charging station, so we're all in. Improvise weaponry. Now we have damage scaling when we crit. This is one of the best setups we could have hoped for. Because now our damaging items, damaging vehicles, scale themselves up in terms of damage. This is great. Yeah, another Crow's Nest gamer here. But we're hoping to permafreeze him. This one's not radiant, thankfully. Wow. Our race Carl goes off like crazy doing all the damages. And yeah, we have some sick damage, some sick freeze, like super strong, super strong. Recap, Bulldozer, and race Carl, I think, do equals amount of damage. Super good. So yeah, we're in an awesome spot. Something I do harp on, I think towards the end, is all the regen skills, not so great. But I think a fun build is like there's regen and burn synergies. If you got You were to play Tropical Island with some of the regen skills and have a fiery proboscis, that could be super fun. Because there's synergies like when you slow, gain regen with the Tropical Island, right? If you play it in combat. Um, and then with like Purifying Flames, the one skill I was showing off before down below, your burn items gain more burn when you gain regen. And so your proboscis will start firing off like crazy, that kind of deal. So, or even Tropical Island with a fiery enchant would work too. You just need the flames. We tried our hand at the Void Colossus fight, and Bulldozer didn't get destroyed, and we win subsequently. If we get the Eye of the Colossus, which honestly we probably could run, but it would require way too much build around, and we already have a solid build. Sell it for 50 gold. Don't get baited. This is not the run for it. And I see Reserve Shield, super happy. More survivability. We're scaling up HP with Water Cooler, so that's only going to gain value. Could take chocolate bars, but I think getting some upgrades here would be good. If we can find them. And we do. We find a fiber optics, which is awesome. Speeding up Bulldozer is super, super good. But I'm starting to think a little bit here. Use my brain. 1% of my brain power. What if instead we sped up the first Aiden to give more haste triggers to fire off Race Carl even faster? It's definitely probably better than speeding up Bulldozer. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I think ultimately, do I do it? Yeah. Take out Energy Potion. One big haste is nice. But with improvised weaponry, Yo-Yo's gonna crit a ton, scaling up our weapons even more. So I'm basically trading out damage for haste. But that does come with a drawback. Not having Energy Potion means we're a lot slower right out the gates. And I get to splurge on gumballs there. Super sweet. That being said, you noticed at this fight. When I took out the Energy Potion. Sabotage. Yeah, this guy has a lot of damage. The shotgun's pretty strong. Yeah, it took us a while to get going, but now that we started to go, it's fine. We're fully hasted all the time, basically. And Bulldozer triggering the reserve shield was super nice to stop a lot of the burn while we froze him. Another dub for the book. And all of a sudden, we're at, what, 6 wins? Super sweet. Could take relax, but we can look for upgrades, man. We have money to spend. Nothing there. Now, trying to think what we're really looking out for. Definitely skills. So we have skills. Commandship is awesome. More flat percent cooldown. Not for Bulldozer or Race Carl, but our other items is sick. Yo-Yo almost is instant. First Aidens are now at 2.4 second cooldown. Ooh. I'm trying to take on Frost Street Champion because I have... There's a lot... The skills are great, right? Blizzard, Invigorating Cold, super good. But there's also a Snowflake there would be sick. So there's 3 really good stuff. But it's a tough fight because our idea is to haste and like do a lot of triggers, and Iceberg hoses us. And look, it's doing like 2,000 damage right now, that nitrogen hammer. So we don't die, we get smacked by it again, but it's still gonna hurt. So luckily, we crit, we win. And ladies and gentlemen, we get it, the Snowflake. So this build went from like very good to just freaking bonkers broken. And we take Healthy Heart as some insurance, right? Not a bad diamond skill. Heals a lot. Get rid of a lot of burn poison. So that's nice. I will say. So yeah. Especially because now we're scaling up our HP a lot because of Water Cooler. And Clockwork Blades, right? Honestly, can't complain about that. 4% cooldown and everything. Oh, it's getting even better. It's getting even better. Boop, boop, boo. Stretch. Everything's down a lot. Take a fight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Lord Arkan has this new interesting item. When you sell this, recover 5 prestige. These amount of times it's gonna be useless. Because of how late in the run is. Maybe you only have 2 prestige left when you get smacked for 12. But if you find multiple of them, it'll be good. Or sometimes it will be pretty good. If you need like an extra life, which is super cool to see. I do like that. Nice little mechanic. Little forgiveness. You want forgiveness? Get religion. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man quote. Medkit sick. And also, besides providing a ton of haste, first aiders are actually healing us a lot. 50 and 80 a pop are very respectable. Gives us time to scale up, freezer board, win, right? That's the game plan. And so many pufferfish builds, that hardy skill we just took is very good. It cleanses a ton of poison and heals us. Super good. We even beat a shiny pufferfish build. Because we had an icy enchanted race, Carl, maybe, but I think we beat that fight either way. Even with our high roll freeze. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Because, yeah, maybe he'd apply like double the amount of poison he normally did. But he'd still just be dead because it takes a while for the poison to actually kill you. Battery could be okay, but not a battery board. The dig site. Take a look at Momo. I was thinking, let's see here. Hot sauce is funny. Lemonade stand would be okay to scale more HP out of combat. Could have definitely taken that. Could have been contender. But we get Tropical Island. This is where my rant goes on about the Tropical Island slow stuff. You can enchant Tropical Island with Obsidian now, and it just becomes a fat proboscis. It becomes a proboscis that's like a 3-item slot. Besides, it gives regen too, but still. It does like 30 damage if you enchant it with Obsidian every time you slow. So, allows it to do damage, but it's very poor damage. If you had synergies to scale up the damage, like when you slow, gain damage, you could probably make it work, but yeah. I was thinking about upgrading Yo-Yo. He said it'd go off instantly, but the gold tier skills are so good. Not these ones. And not really these ones. So upgrading Yo-Yo might have been better there. You'd get some friend upgrades still, right? Race Carl, Diamond tier, more damage. Love it. Got it, get it, love it. Good. Brick Buddy's also a vehicle. Keep that in mind. If you're looking to run Flashy Pilot, you could be a critty shielding build. Would be neat. Just a pro tip. But I think Flashy Pilot is such a good skill if you can build around it. And oftentimes you can. This entire time I was kind of looking for Ballista. But I think we settled in a nice spot. Would we run Ballista? Maybe. Be a decent amount more damage. But Race Carl's doing plenty. Doing God's work. The nice thing about Ballista, it kind of scales itself up as well. While getting some charge and haste. So. Yeah, but Race Carl's now the carry, doing 4k damage versus Bulldozer's 1600. It's not even close, but the big part about Bulldozer, it's giving 30% cooldown on all our stuff that's getting hasted. So it's just, that's why it's so good. I'm taking a look at, I'm mainly eyeing up Stell. You know, for other reasons, not the reasons you think. Although, no comment. Because she has some vehicle synergies, 100%. I think we look at nothing here, but she usually has some items that say, "Hey, something something vehicles," and we have two of them, right? So might as well look for some synergistic stuff. Okay, and this is where I can fast forward. These servers actually went down. So I can time skip, kind of like that, and we're back. The power of live editing. Look at that. We're taking temporary boost.
My mic is muted.
We're
How
back.
long has my mic been muted?
We're back. And so
we're gonna
this
do
is where I take my
post-game
leave.
Commentary, aren't we? Oh Lord, why does this keep happening? Is this the first time you're hearing my voice? No. Okay, well, at least I caught it before the run totally ended. Anyways, continuing on. So we're switching back to live commentary. If you guys couldn't hear my voice before, so once again, I'm an idiot. I don't know if I'm taking this, by the way. Yeah, I don't think I want to give our opponents crit. We already have enough scaling crit of our own with the flashy pilot. Slow effects. Slow effects is pretty good. Oh yeah, I forgot we do have Trop Island. Wait, what does Tropical Island look like with Obsidian? I just thought. I think it does damage now if you slow, right? Like becomes proboscis. Tropical Island. When you slow deal 30 damage, it becomes a really large proboscis. That also gives regen, right? But like that's funny. It's funny. So I think my dream build, now one day I hope I pull off, is like Purifying Flames with proboscis, enchanted with fiery. Yeah, it didn't have a bunch of slow triggers. that's the dream, at least. Yeah, this should slow a lot of stuff, no? So we're gonna freeze everything, slow everything. Yeah. This is very fantastic. I'm gonna get some loot here. Could be good. Ooh, 6% cooldown on everything is awesome. Bang. Yeah, this is still our slowest weapon, unfortunately, but it's okay. First seconds are down to 2.2 seconds, so this is awesome. Holy chipmunk. What do you got? Honestly, I think running like this is probably better now. We want to use Bulldozer as much as possible to slow all the items. So charging it up seems good. A little less haste triggers, but I think we still go fast enough. Let's get it. Get the bread. Oh man, I can't believe. I think my mic was muted, but oh well. Fiery Fixer-Upper. Okay. Fixer-Upper build is still back. Well, they nerfed it a little bit, which is nice. I think they made everything else better, so the Fixer-Upper force field stuff became a little bit worse, which is nice to see, I think. No, maybe pigs aren't going to be the meta, but I feel like they will be once people figure out how to play them again. Because I don't think it's too, I think it's pretty obvious how you play them, but. Go back to Stell. She still could have some good vehicle synergies for us. This is a good initial haste. I'd say this is pretty good. This is 2 haste triggers, makes race car go off instantly. This charges us up again. I think it's a little long of a cooldown, though. No. Flashbang.
Ooh, skill upgrade. Ooh. I think Frozen Shot's probably better than Flashy Pilot Plus. But they'd still both be pretty good. I guess if you get multiple Arkan's rings by chance, it could be pretty good. Very cool. We already have 10k HP as well. Crit? Don't really care about crit. We're gonna give a random enchantment maybe to... Let's go Yo-Yo. I don't know. Toxic. Okay. This could build a lot of poison, so that's not bad. Right? All things considered. Take the temporary boost. Hopefully this is the last fight. We'll give damages everywhere. Get some more skills. Why not? More haste or damage scaling? Let's do the damage scaling. I feel like that's pretty good. Alright, let's see. Is it going to be the last match? Looks like it. Cool. And that's our first game on the new patch and a victory at that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you got this far, you know what to do. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below something, maybe something you did this patch. It's super cool. I'd like to know. But yeah, if not, thanks for being here with MoMoVs Bazaar. I think we had an incredible run, and I have high expectations for this patch to be some interesting and very cool games. So, toodaloo.